Backstage in Milan, 1992, a woman pressed a brown pencil around her bottom lip. Waxy wood smell. No ring light, no lip kit, no shade quiz. She softened the edge with her fingertip, filled the center with a nude bullet, and blotted once on a tissue. The mouth looked natural, but every line was drawn. That was the contradiction of 90s supermodel beauty. The face that looked effortless was built like architecture, and the whole thing ran on about 6 products and a set of rules nobody wrote down. These are 12 forgotten beauty rules from the 1990s supermodel culture that women still copy today, whether they know it or not. Most of them disappeared not because they failed, but because each one was too cheap and too simple to sell. One pencil became a lip kit. One compact became a shelf of primers and setting sprays. One comb became a parting tutorial. And number 1 reveals why the real 90s trick was never glam. It was editing. Number 12. A woman outlined her lips first, softened the border with her fingertip, then filled the center with color. The pencil was brown or nude. The lipstick was close enough to match. You could hear the waxy drag across dry skin, smell the shaved wood where the point had been sharpened against a blade. Definition came before color, and that single border made lips read across a runway without a loud shade. The bruise was simple. Go 1 millimeter too far, and the whole mouth became costume. Today, that pencil has been replaced by lip kits, filler discourse, filter apps, and shade-matching videos that take longer than the entire 90s face. The line took 10 seconds. The industry built a category around it. Once the mouth had a border, the face needed a surface that would not steal the light. Number 11. A woman pressed powder only on her T-zone, her chin beside her nose. She left life everywhere else. The compact was small, black, and the velour puff made a soft thud against the pressed cake. Chalky haze drifted across the mirror. That selective matte finish read expensive because it controlled shine without flattening bone structure. Spread it everywhere, and the face went flat, especially on dry skin. A mother tapped the puff against her wrist first, folded a tissue around the compact edge, checked her nose in the car mirror before stepping out. No tutorial, no setting spray, no blurring primer. Today, that one puff has been split into an oil control powder, a mattifying primer, a setting spray, and a blotting paper subscription. The puff cost nothing extra. The shelf costs plenty. When the shine was quieted, the cheekbone could become the whole plot. Number 10. A woman swept a matte taupe or bronzer under the cheekbone and brushed upward. Never a brown stripe. The brush was fluffy, goat hair soft, and the pan left a tan ring where the bristles landed. That shadow suggested bone structure without rewriting the face. The trick was blending up, always up, so the shadow stayed face-like. Wrong undertone, and the whole thing turned muddy. Today, that single sweep has become contour sticks, face maps, tape tricks, and filter overlays. The brush did not need a tutorial. It needed a wrist. A cheekbone drawn in powder made the eyes ask for the same quiet mathematics. Number 9. A woman pressed cool brown shadow along the lash line, smoked the socket, and skipped every other color in the rainbow. The pan felt like suede under a fingertip. Dusty fallout landed on the cheek, and she blew it away. Matte depth enlarged the eye, without competing with the lip. Too dark, and it could close a small or deep-set eye. So the rule was build, check, build. 2 brown shadows and patience did the work. Today, a single palette holds 18 shades for a look that still uses 2. The object multiplied. The rule never changed. But one place on that matte face was allowed to catch the flash. Number 8. A woman placed frost on the center of the lid, or the inner corner, or the Cupid's bow. One spot. Not everywhere. The pigment had an icy grain, silver blue or pale copper, and it caught light like a cold window. That small shine made the rest of the matte face look intentional instead of dull. Spread frost wide, and it magnified every texture on the skin. The accent had to stay small. Today, highlighter has become a wardrobe. Glow drops, shimmer sticks, liquid illuminators, fan brushes. The 90s version was a fingertip and one streak. The frost pan closed. Done. There is something worth noticing here. Every rule so far asks the same question. Where do you want the eye to land? The lip got a border. The skin got matte. The cheek got shadow. The eye got depth. And then one small point of light told the viewer where to look. The 90s supermodel face was not a collection of tricks. It was a ledger of restraint. Shine only mattered when most of the face was quiet. After one flash of frost, lashes had to look awake without looking purchased. Number 7. A woman curled her lashes, wiggled mascara at the roots, and combed through the clumps before they dried. The tube was a pink and green Maybelline Great Lash, a formula launched in 1971. The wand made a rubbery pull from the neck of the tube, and the cap clicked shut with an inky snap. Lift plus separation opened the eyes with less shadow work. Never share a tube. Replace old mascara regularly. An aunt warmed the curler in her palm, wiped the wand once on a tissue, and blinked into a small mirror without looking away. No lash map, no cluster chart, no growth serum promise. Today, that curler and comb have been replaced by lifts, extensions, magnetic strips, and subscription lash kits. The click of the cap cost almost nothing. The same lesson moved from lashes to hair. Shape first, product second. Number 6. A woman drew a clean middle part or a deep side part with a rat tail comb. The plastic tail scratched lightly along the scalp. She smoothed the hairline with a fingertip of clear gel and tucked flyaways flat. A deliberate part line made undone hair look styled. Without it, even clean hair read messy. A severe part could expose thinning at the hairline, so the depth of the part mattered as much as the direction. Today, that comb line has become edge tools, flyaway wands, parting tutorials, and finishing sticks that monetize a gesture that used to cost a plastic comb and a bathroom mirror. Nobody could patent the part. A straight part was the ruler. The blowout was the architecture around it. Number 5. A woman rough-dried her roots, round-brushed the crown for lift, then set the front pieces in foam or plastic rollers and waited. The teeth rasped against damp hair. Warm, drier smell filled the bathroom. The secret was cooling in shape. Hair sets while it cools, not while it is hot, and removing the rollers too soon collapses the lift. An older sister pinned the front roller with a clip, tested the roots with 2 fingers, and removed each roller in reverse order. She never rushed the last 5 minutes. Lower heat and partial air drying reduce the risk of heat damage over time. Today, that waiting game has been replaced by hot air brushes, blowout memberships, and overnight volume gadgets. The bounce was always free. The patience was the price. When the hair got large, the face underneath often got smaller. Number 4. Off-duty, a woman moisturized, applied sunscreen, spot-concealed one blemish, dabbed lip balm, and pressed a single fingerprint of lipstick onto each cheek. That was the entire face. Dick Page described the minimal foundation and clean skin behind the 90s Calvin Klein look. Lotion slip on bare shoulders, cotton tank strap. The skin looked believable because coverage was edited, not layered. Sunscreen is not optional nostalgia. Broad spectrum SPF and reapplication, when you are outdoors, remain the standard guidance today. Today, the no makeup look requires primers, skin tints, serum foundations, drops, tutorials, and a 10-minute video explaining how to look like you did nothing. The 90s version actually did almost nothing. The off-duty face was not laziness, it was editing. The sunscreen cap twisted shut. The cotton tank said the rest. The bare face only worked if the brows did not collapse the expression. Number 3. A woman plucked stray hairs with slant tweezers under a magnifying mirror. Metal pinch, a tiny hair left on a tissue. She stepped back, checked the shape from a distance, and stopped. The 90s brow ran thinner than today, but the real rule was not thinness. It was knowing when to put the tweezers down. Small grooming sharpened the eye. Over-removal made the face trend-dependent for years. This is the only real caution in the countdown. Repeated over-plucking can cause lasting changes to the follicle, and for some women, the brow does not return to its original density. No product and no promise can guarantee regrowth. Today, brow lamination, microblading, and regrowth serums exist in part because the 90s tweezer did too much. The caution is the lesson. Number 2. A woman chose one hero product at the beauty counter and learned it until it disappeared into her face. Bobbi Brown launched with 10 natural lipstick shades in 1991. François Nars started NARS with 12 lipsticks in 1994. YSL Touche Éclat debuted in 1992 in a gold click pen that made a metallic snap against the palm. The 90s counter sold identity through a few decisive objects. A woman swatched color on the base of her thumb, walked to the window for daylight, kept the receipt sleeve tucked inside the bag, and used the same shade to the nub before buying another. Creamy bullet. Lacquered black tube. One object, memorized. Today, shade quizzes, weekly launches, dupe hunts, haul videos, and beauty subscriptions have replaced familiarity with decision fatigue. The drawer got wider, the confidence got thinner. And then the most copied rule was not putting anything on. It was taking everything off. Number 1. A woman removed her makeup fully, cotton round by cotton round, before sleep. Bioderma Sensibio Micellar Water appeared in 1995. The cotton came away gray-brown with the day's face. Pharmacy water smell, a clean round. Another, until the cotton showed nothing. The face could only repeat tomorrow if tonight's film was removed gently. Never scrub the skin raw. Never treat cleansing like punishment. Today, that ending has become double cleanse debates, cleansing balms, micellar devices, microfiber towels, and barrier repair routines that grew from the same final step. Number 1 explains every rule before it. The supermodel face was not about adding beauty. It was about knowing when to stop. Picture the counter after a show in 1995. A brown pencil shaved down to a stub. Compact dust on the porcelain edge. A pair of foam rollers cooling beside a stack of cotton rounds. 6 products. 12 rules. And every one of them still gets copied today because restraint is the one thing nobody figured out how to sell in a box. Which of these 12 rules did your mother or even you actually follow, but have since forgotten? Leave it in the comments. And if you like forgotten beauty rules from the decades women still remember, subscribe.